What this press conference will deal with. It will deal with the recent dismissal of Heath streak and Tatenda Taibu. It will also deal with the Zimbabwe failure to qualify for the Cricket World Cup. It will also deal with the going out all to restore pride in our national cricket team that the current ZC board must go. Today being Friday the 16th, at the Media Center, my statement begins. The recent turmoil which has surrounded Zimbabwe cricket has drawn in cricket followers from all over the country and indeed the world over. As an avid cricket follower, I wholeheartedly support the chevrons. I'm also a member of parliament. As such, the concerns of my constituents are my concerns too. I say this because my background, I started playing cricket in 1984 at Frank Johnson School. I also played at Lord Malvern, and I worked for the Zimbabwe Cricket Union then when Alwyn Pichanik was the president, when Dave Houghton was the director of coaching, and we had a man called Dave Levy. Some of the young boys will never know, but Joe knows who Dave Levy was. And played for Odararans together with Graham Heath at the time. So certainly I have an understanding of cricket. I was involved with the development of cricket at the time, taking cricket to the high desert areas so that the blacks could be part of cricket as well. So it's clear for people to understand the background. So I'm just not a mere politician, a member of parliament. If there's anything, I'm actually supposed to be a real sports administrator par excellence, but I decided to divulge into something which is not what I understand. There's been growing anger at the way in which Zimbabwe cricket has been run by its current and previous boards. The anger was brought to a head recently when the Zimbabwe Cricket Board unceremoniously sacked Heath streak, Tatenda Taibu and the technical team, as well as the coaches and the technical teams for the Zimbabwe A and under-19 teams. The game of cricket in Zimbabwe is at a standstill. As the second most popular sport in Zimbabwe, with supporters numbering millions, the crisis which has arisen cannot be ignored. We cannot have a situation where the board fails to introspect. I think when the team is not doing well, when the management is not doing well, we also must look at the board. For a very long time, it is the players and the coaches who are fired, and yet we don't look at the board. But we've realized that the problem is not the players, it's not the management, but it is the board itself. And as such, it is about time we deal with the board. There is a history behind this. The aspect of even Steve Mangonge, when he was the national team coach, he was fired, whether you agree with him or not, but he won against Australia. He also had a lot of issues with Tatenda Taibu. I personally clashed with Tatenda Taibu at some point when he was young, when we believed then that it was the whites and Indians who were trying to run this sport and take over. The racism in cricket, we know about it. We went past that. Then we said, okay, we now have blacks who are going to come in, run cricket. The mistake we made was to identify blacks who had never seen a cricket ball, who had never touched a cricket bat. And this is where the problem went, with people like Ozzy Vute coming in, with people like Mkutlani coming in. My good friend and lawyer, brother Wilson Manessa, with due respect, he's a great lawyer, but he's not a great cricket administrator. We must be able to separate that. Ozzy Vute is a banker. He got his degree in India, whether it's true or not, but that's a different thing. That's for another day. There's no point, has he ever touched a cricket ball? Mkutlani is a pharmacist. Where does it come in terms of cricket? We are then asking all these people to tell us their CVs pertaining to think cricket. Where did they play cricket and how come they're involved in cricket? Their involvement in cricket is to come and steal money. We must be very clear. We were all together when we fought the racism in cricket. We also must be together when we also criticize blacks who are corrupt and blacks who are stealing money. So since the entry of cricket by Ozzy Vute, he came in, money which was coming from ICC. Cricket has a lot of money. They are sponsored by the ICC. There is no accountability in terms of that money. Metbank, which is owned by his uncle Kamshinda, where he also has interest, banks, cricket banks with Metbank. Conflict of interest. How can you be the boss and also allow a financial institution, which you also run, to also be the one that keeps your money? It's never been done before. How can cricket with so much money be owing money? Today, every little money that comes through cricket, some of it goes to Metbank in terms of interest and so forth. But we want to now know that where has the money that Bank has received from cricket gone to? The millions which are missing which they've not paid back. Players are not being paid in terms of the welfare of cricket. Coaches are not being paid, yet money is made available. Cricket Union is owed over 20 million by Bank. Why are they not paying that money? How can the Reserve Bank allow an institution like Bank to be operational when it's not able to give people its money? It must go. We must be very clear about the corporate governance on this country. We cannot have a mafia type of approach, thinking that people are stupid. We are very clear about the old dispensation. When with the former president, we had enough of that. Moving forward, we're also going to deal with those people who worked with the former president. In fact, these are the G40s of cricket. And we shall fish them out because we are tired of having people going behind politicians. They were hiding behind the former president because he was the patron of the Zimbabwe cricket. And they always say that whatever they were doing was in the blessing of the former president. There's a new dispensation. And our call is very clear to the president, Emerson Dabunzo Mnangagwa, that it's good that you have Ministry of Sport, but there is no sport that you can talk about when there's no proper administration of cricket. The SRC, what is it doing? We have people who are being given money which is stolen from cricket. Journalists too, you are also part of this rot. You go to overseas trips at the expense of destroying a sport in this country, where young people cannot enjoy, the sport that they must play. And you think we must watch that? Thank God to social media. We are able to now talk about it openly and be able to expose whatever has happened. I was approached by a group of concerned members of the cricket fraternity who asked me to assist them in having their voices heard. The complexion of this group impressed me by the manner in which it crosses all races, culture, religions, whilst at the same time consists of people with a wealth of cricket knowledge and expertise. My heart bleeds to see young people passionate about cricket, not being involved in cricket because of these criminals. It's time that we are able to separate the criminals and the cricket people. And this is the time to do it. And we will not allow a situation like this to happen. I see young boys in the high densities, all these clubs which were set up, cricket has taken over, became the second biggest sport because of the performance. And yes, the future was now in the hands of the black people who were now playing cricket across the board. In terms of administration, the blacks were competent. In terms of playing, the blacks were competent. With people like Henry Olonga, now you say to yourself, okay, Henry Olonga probably saw before we saw what was happening in cricket. You don't blame him for the decisions he made, but it was made political at the end of the day. Any move that is done to try and criticize this mafia led by Vute is said to be political at the end of the day. So I have decided as a politician to tackle how political this is. Because we cannot have people who are not politicians trying to play the political card all the time. I am a politician. Where is politics in this? Where is politics when people steal? Where is politics when the flag of the country is not going high? Afghanistan, we lost. As you know that I asked the minister in parliament during question time to say, why is our sport deteriorating? Why are we not competing? Why are we not going to World Cups, cricket, soccer, everything? And the minister was misinformed, saying, no, we are doing well playing Afghanistan. I said, no, minister, if you knew, our level of cricket in Zimbabwe does not allow us to play against Afghanistan. That's like a B league of cricket. We're supposed to have an automatic entry as an ICC member. Why were we downgraded from ICC to where we are? Because Peter Chingoka had equally overstayed. That's the problem when leaders overstay. You saw what happened when the former president overstayed Mugabe. Now we're in this situation. Peter Chingoka also overstayed in cricket. But he is not gone. He then has proxies that are working on his behalf. We must understand this. The sport certainly needs people like this, yet the majority of them struggle to have their opinions and contributions tabled. They've come to me as a member of parliament. I'm a national member of parliament. I'm just not a member of parliament for Norton. Equally, while I'm in Norton, there's cricket that must be played in Norton. And I don't believe that cricket will be played in Norton when we have such administrators running the sport. I shall represent the people of Zimbabwe in terms of cricket, in terms of any issue that is of national importance. And cricket is of national importance. These guys are so silly in that they've not even appointed the patron of the Zimbabwe cricket to show you how aligned they are with Mugabe. Mugabe is gone, but they're still there. Why has the patron of the Zimbabwe Cricket Union not changed to the current sitting president is the patron of the Zimbabwe cricket? You can see that they still have an affiliation for the former president. I think they're still taking instructions from the Blue Roof. This aforementioned group feels that the state of cricket in Zimbabwe is in shambles. The firing of Streak, Taibu and company is unjustified and is merely a cover-up of the shortfalls that Zimbabwe Cricket Board are responsible. I mean, for us today, can I tell you one thing about this country, the beauty of this country? We are beyond racism. The blacks are in control. And those who are in minority know that, and they must respect us. Failure to respect us, there is no place in this country. We fought racism in rugby. We fought racism in cricket. And it is stupid for them to try and tell us that there is racism in cricket. The sport is being run by black people. So how stupid can you be to say that there's racism when you're in control of the sport as black people? They're the ones who appointed the whites to be doing the job. So now you talk about racism. Where is racism? Let the players who are playing talk about racism. Makai Antini was here recently. He left. He is a black South African, a hero, who comes to want to really do something for Zimbabwe because he feels his country does not appreciate him. But we still did not treat him in a proper way. What does that say for us as a nation? Makai Antini, was it also racism? So this issue of being divided by crooks, that there is racism, is certainly not true. There is nothing racist about Heath. There is nothing racist about Tatenda Taibu. Heath went to Falcon, speaks fluent in the belly than these guys. For your own information. He's always been pro-Zimbabwe in everything that is done. And in this era that we are in, we certainly embrace everyone. Senator Dave Coulter, when he was the Minister of Sport, he was very clear. Now I'm actually likely to say, listen, I think we've got bad black administrators. I think that's what I'm going to say as a black man. Because when the Minister of Sport, Dave Coulter, was white, he did a good job. We want merit. We are not about race in terms of results. As long as you have your country at heart, that's what we want. And I think the experience of people like Coulter, his trick, are important in showing nationalism and patriotism that we need for any future to move forward. Given my position as a cricket lover and as a member of parliament, I've decided to hit the core of my constituency and give them a platform to speak from. They've tabled the following issues. One, the development of grassroots cricket has died. And Zimbabwe children across the board do not have access to sport. We had Group A schools where people, Zijo, who was here, was moved to Masvingo to go and introduce cricket. It doesn't even come from there, but it was decentralized to ensure that cricket is played. I set up 7 provinces, Martin North, Martin West, just to name a few, because I wanted to see cricket growing, because we felt that the whites were not spreading the sport. So we decided to ensure that the sport was decentralized. Everybody had an opportunity to play the sport. All the cricket clubs which were there, the country clubs, were done properly. The groundsmen were there. We did not have to take anything. We must respect the groundsmen in cricket, who have maintained those grounds, who have been experienced enough to do that. There's got to be a transfer of skills. And when there's transfer of skills, let's not call it racism at the end of the day. These grounds were well maintained by these black groundsmen. They are black, they've excelled well. The league is in shambles and matches are regularly cancelled due to excuse of perennial lack of funds. Lack of funds because they are misappropriating the funds. Metbank has over 20 million for cricket. Why don't they give that? They are all waiting. Their eyes are all on the ICC money. When they see the ICC money, they are crazy. They don't know what to do. It's foreign currency. The players are paid 40% of the full salary. Instead of being paid in foreign currency, they're paid in RTGS. If gold miners are being paid in foreign currency, if tobacco farmers are being paid in foreign currency because they're generating foreign currency, why can the cricket players too be paid in foreign currency? Because they're generating foreign currency for the country. They must be given their dues. There is no debate there. Whatever they are owed, they must be given according to the currency that they generate. The ZPL started but was not concluded despite promises made by the ZC board that this would feed the first class system. So what you have is a situation where there is no structure. In having no structure, you're not having players coming through. And when players are not coming through, there is no ways that you can perform well. So you're relying on old players, you're relying on politics, and so forth. Where are the former players? Look at some of the former players in cricket in South Africa. They become TV presenters, they become analysts. Where are the former players in terms of the structures of cricket, being directors of cricket in the various provinces, the various clubs that they are? Yes, Tashinga was good, but we cannot just have one Tashinga. We must have many of these to show that cricket is growing at the end of the day. The facility Tashinga has must be replicated in every constituency, in every ward, to ensure that we give everybody an opportunity to play cricket. The Logan Cup, which we all knew about, has again been stopped, and this will not reach a conclusion for 2017-2018 season. 5, the ZCT staff and players have not received their match salaries to date, as they've only received 40% of their February salaries at the end of the day. These are people with families. You are so callous, so cruel, to a point that you want these young men who are earning money from cricket not to be able to take care of the families going to school. For how long can we sit, fold our arms, and watch such a cruel system, do this to its own? And you're doing this to your own black people. And you want to talk about racism. Who are you blindfolding here? Ground staff who are already paid low wages have also not been paid and are almost destitute. Look at our great facilities in cricket. If you see Harare Sports Club, it's the groundsmen who are passionate, who are doing their job. We can't even pay them. What does that say of us as a people? There's also a long list of employees and ex-employees still owed money by ZC, while ZC is making no effort to rectify this. The list of unfairly dismissed employees is outstandingly long. The board is largely populated by persons with little or no cricket knowledge, which is made apparent through the decisions made. None of them absolutely. I'll say this. The Minister of Health is a doctor. The Minister of Legal Affairs is a lawyer. So why is cricket given people who don't have the expertise? Is it because there are no people? People, it's a talent. We cannot have people with a certain profession coming in to take our jobs. Let me think cricketers, as dull as we are, because we said sports people are dull anyway, let us also run our own affairs in terms of that industry. We cannot allow people to come in and take over our jobs in the industry. The cricketers must also run cricket themselves, just like the lawyers and the doctors do what they do. I've never seen the Zimbabwe Medical Board, which is not made of lawyers. I've never seen the Law Society, the Zimbabwe Medical Board, which is not made of doctors. I've not seen the Law Society, which is made. Cricket is the only board which has non-cricket people. And you can imagine the disaster that is. The board has repeatedly failed to heed the calls for reform and refused to listen for advice and guidance. And this comes in when people write things which are not true because of the few shillings that you get to pay your rent and so forth. You feel you must compromise the country. No. I think there's a time that we must understand and appreciate lessons about this country. When people are quiet, it does not mean they're not talking. Lessons must learn from the former president, how he was ousted, who celebrated, who gave information. All these people are quiet because we are just peace-loving people. But that's not to say we are weak. That must not be taken for it. And this will show that Zimbabwe cricket-loving people are not weak. If there's anything that will show unit, is this. We'll be more than happy to approach His Excellency to be the first patron of this board. Failure to which the ZCC board does not resign in 7 days. We shall create a parallel structure. If there are over 110 political parties in this country, why can't cricketers get together and set up their own cricket union where our patron will be Emerson Mnangagwa? Nothing stops you from doing that. This is democratic. The SRC is empowered to have associations joining them. The 7 days that we're giving them, they'll be playing cricket on their own, they'll be watching cricket on their own. We shall call all citizens of Zimbabwe to boycott any international match played by these people until they are gone. We need the right people to be running cricket. As you can see, all these are very serious matters and call into doubt the ability of the Zimbabwe Cricket Board to effectively manage the sport in Zimbabwe. Given the evidence and facts as presented before me, as well as the numerous calls for action, I've decided to assist as best as possible. I never pick a fight that I lose. Cricket is close to my heart. I'm passionate about it. The reason why, fellows in sport, the reason why I've not been involved in cricket is an emotional part of my life. I keep quiet. But that's not to say I've been ignoring you and I cannot do anything. But I'm now going to be back to ensure that we do the right thing for the sport. I've been appalled by the way cricket is treated, by the way sport is treated in this country. That's the reason why I keep quiet. I thought maybe if I can go into politics and ensure that the economy is right, then we're able to address other issues. But now I realize that there is a gap. But I will make sure, and I promise you that that gap will be covered. This is just the first call of cricket. We will go to rugby and we'll go to all the other sports which I know certainly needs a redress. As a passionate cricket lover, I'm therefore joining their call for action to be taken to save our sport. As an MP, I'll assist the process by engaging with the Minister of Sport, Sports, Arts and Recreation, as well as the Sports and Recreation Commission, which is a totally toothless bulldog. We don't even need it at all. I don't know what it's doing. It's an act of parliament. I've always challenged the minister, can you fire this board? It knows nothing. All they are into is allowances, traveling, courses and so forth, being given coupons and all that. We don't need that. We need a SRC, which is run by professionals in sport, where if there's a cricket representative, we all sit down as cricketers and we elect somebody. If it's rugby, if it's a hockey, it's like that, because we know who we are at the end of the day. I want to say that the minister has been very warm to this. I've spoken to him, I've interacted with him. I chaired the Committee on Sports, Education and Culture before I was expelled from ZANU-PF, but I'm still part of the committee. You know that I'm the only MP that has chaired 2 committees in one session. One is ZANU-PF and one is an independent. That's history. So I'm still effective. So that you must not worry. I will also sit on the Sports and Education, Sports and Arts, Culture Parliamentary Committee. Certain these issues will be brought. The minister has agreed to also meet us to be able to put a document together. And what I'm saying to the people here is that this is just a start. There's no way that we can go and see the minister without everybody being involved. Everybody will be involved. On Sunday, 10 o'clock, we're meeting everybody in the provinces to hear what they have to say and put a proper document. We have people like Justice Ibrahim, who is a man of integrity. I remember how he used to be involved in cricket and now is to run cricket. And these are people that are even trusted by His Excellency, who should be entrusted to ensure that they run cricket. I wish to reiterate the call to action emanates from cricket fraternity in Zimbabwe, and it is driven by people who have a commitment to the game of cricket and ultimately and above all have a passion and commitment for their country. Cricketers, you can no longer fold your arms, and you cannot be divided by the few people who are not cricket loving. People who are coming in to steal money. That's all they are doing. And whose businesses are run badly. Look at Ozes with the cricket he destroyed. He went to Air Zimbabwe, he destroyed. He went to Metbank, he destroyed. His reputation is destroying institutions. And today we still trust him to be able to run cricket. Zimbabwe cricket is at crossroads, and I feel that if we act sensibly now and seek solutions, then as Zimbabweans will once again be proud of the sport of cricket. Section 32 of the SRC Act provides for the minister to appoint a committee to administer the affairs of cricket, pending rewriting his constitution and an election of a new board. This will effectively take cricket forward, and I strongly feel this is the route that needs to be taken for sanity to prevail. This matter is way beyond any racism allegations being made as a smokescreen to the real issues, which is that of alleged mismanagement and misappropriation of funds by the Zimbabwe Cricket Board. Hence, I reiterate the cry that the board must go. Hashtag ZC board must go. And I think we're very clear on that. And I want to thank you for attending and saying that we are in this together for as long as it lasts. And I will be presenting this issue in Parliament to all the necessary offices, even to His Excellency, because certainly he's not being informed, but through the Minister's office, we expect the Excellency to be fully briefed on this issue. This is a subject for it to be on the agenda of the next cabinet. The next cabinet meeting, the Minister of Sport must put this on the agenda and say to the President, I am firing the ZCC board. That's ZC board. Do you have any problems with that, Mr. President? Can Cabinet also support this? Because it involves everyone, it involves our constituencies and so forth. With much ado, I'll then introduce the 2 gentlemen that I have here. Lazarus Joe, we come a long way. We come a long way with Lazarus. Those who know him, he has a passion for cricket. But I was just joking with him, saying, Lazarus, I'm fit enough to be a cricketer. But the way you're looking, I think it's about time he became the ZCC board chairperson, because his structure is that of the board chairperson. And with the experience he has, we can't go wrong. We've got Croman Zinyama here, who also runs an academy. We've got all the cricketers in the house here. I'll now leave it to Joe on behalf of the push committee. There's a push committee that has been put together, which has been working very well, and various groups that have certainly come up with this idea. I want to commend them for the work that they have done, all the cricket-loving people in the diaspora. We are here to represent your views as Zimbabweans. Mr. Zio, I'll hand it over to you.
Well, thank you, Honorable. Good afternoon. The Honorable Member of Parliament, Mr. Temba Mliswa, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, and cricket lovers all over Zimbabwe and outside our borders. We sit in front of you today as people from different backgrounds, cultures, and races united by a common cause. The cricket fraternity, from players to administrators to fans and even many ZC employees themselves, have decided that enough is enough and the time to speak up has come. We speak up against a Zimbabwe Cricket Board led by Talengwa Mukuhlani, who have led Zimbabwe from the heights of world cricket into the cricketing wilderness. The current ZC board have consistently produced bad results and failed to produce progress. The cricket fraternity in Zimbabwe has reached a point where their excuses and antics are no longer acceptable and have decided that a change of leadership is needed. The group which has chosen to stand up to the current ZC board continues to grow daily and includes ex-national players and coaches, experienced cricket administrators and fans. It is a knowledgeable and experienced group who want the game of cricket to survive and prosper in Zimbabwe. Development has died under the current regime. Many children across the nation cannot enjoy playing the sport because of the lack of vision that Zimbabwe cricket has had. We are taking this stance for them. League and first-class cricket has been poorly run and has repeatedly ground to a halt, with competitions often remaining incomplete due to lack of funds and support from the mother body. We are taking this stance for all those cricketers who have suffered frustration and disappointment due to the lack of planning and poor management by the board. Zimbabwe cricket employees have had to endure months of non-payment and have been forced to endure pay cuts twice in the last year. We are doing this for you. Age group players who have missed out on provincial selection and the joy and privilege of playing for your province because ZC have failed to organize and manage selection and age group tournaments. We are doing this for you. Women's cricket, whose star is just beginning to shine and who have the potential to take women's cricket to the top, we are doing this for you. To the fans who turned out in their thousands to support the Chevrons and who have stuck by the team, we are doing this for you. To the groundsmen and caretakers, we have given countless hours of service, come rain or shine, and not received salaries and bonuses. We are doing this for you. To all the ZC former employees who were bullied and threatened and unfairly dismissed and whose careers and futures were cut short and destroyed, we are doing this for you. To the fantastic and amazing game of cricket, to whom we are all committed with a passion, we are doing this for you. The Zimbabwe Cricket Fraternity is standing up and demanding the resignation of the entire Zimbabwe Cricket Board. Your incompetency, negligence, mismanagement, and ineptitude are unacceptable, and the time has come for you to leave. This group is strong and loyal to the game and to Zimbabwe. We are well prepared to take this fight to the Sports and Recreation Commission, the Minister of Sport, and to the Office of the President of Zimbabwe, to whom we will represent substantial and conclusive evidence of mismanagement and corruption that has occurred for many years within Zimbabwe cricket. It is time that the world knew the truth and judged the ZC board accordingly. We believe that every child who plays cricket should be able to look at the game and see a future for themselves within the structures of Zimbabwe cricket. It is our intention, through the removal of the current ZC board, to bring back vision and positivity to cricket. We believe that cricket is to be run by persons who have an in-depth knowledge of the game as well as sound personal principles. We ask all Zimbabweans to join us in making Zimbabwe cricket great again and to stand with us as a nation of many colors and cultures for what is right and just. Thank you.
It's time to take questions from the media. Are there any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
I think one of the things you mentioned, sorry, my name is Ash Tikiwa from Catholic FM. One of the questions said, well, the statement you said was, if they don't resign in 7 days, we may form a parallel, I don't know if it's an organization or association, but you've also said though, that you've been in conversation with the minister in Gondru, and you said you're hoping this will be on the agenda the next cabinet meeting. So I wanted to clarify, which is it? You've given them an ultimatum, or you're in talks with the authorities and seeking to go the legal route?
I think it's only proper that when people speak, you must hit the core. We'll refer to the former president of this country. People were saying he must go, and they thought they were joking, but they must understand that they are not the former president. They are just people who are in office, who have abused office, who have misappropriated funds, and who have no passion for cricket. As such, we want them to heed the call. And heeding the call is best they step down. And that's it. The minister must also understand that failure for him to also respond to what people expect to happen will equally go to a different level at the end of the day. We're engaging, but in engaging we're saying they must go. So there is no compromise on that. There's no compromise on that. We need a forensic audit. We need a forensic audit in the ways the funds have been misappropriated. Peter Chingoka was arrested the last time he was the president. Some of us had to run around for him. But this continues. They think they have so much money that they can bribe everyone, they can corrupt everybody. They think they've got everybody in their pockets. The time must be known to them that it's up. I think it's pretty clear. The minister has been sitting on this, and I think it's unfair for the minister to start putting an inquiry. The results are bad, he must fire. Okay. They fired the coaches, great. The minister must fire them. Because you cannot fire the players and not fire the board. It does not make sense. The minister has not told them to reinstate the fired management. So he agrees cricket is in a bad state. But we're saying cricket is in a bad state because of the head, which must also go. So you cannot fire these ones and not fire the board. It's impossible. The problems in cricket are the board. And we need ministers who save the game, not ministers who are going to play politics at the end of the day. I'm good friends with Ozias, I talk to him, but when it comes to issues of national interest and principle, this is where we go separate ways. I always told him why he's involved in cricket. He says, no, my name is not there. Then it's not about your name being there. We have got proxies who are there. Allow the cricket-loving people to run this sport on their own and choose the people that they want. So there is no compromise there. And this is a national issue. This is an issue that must be brought before cabinet. Everybody wants to know. The nation wants to know, why did we not qualify? Why were we beaten by Afghanistan? If you look at the crowds, the majority are black. So why are you depriving the people of Zimbabwe of their right to enjoy a sport? Who are you? You cannot stand in the way of a thing wave like this. Seriously, you can't. And whoever is advising them to think stay in power certainly is not helping at all. 100 days that His Excellency has put together, it's about results, is it not? So cricket also is part of the Ministry of Sport. They must also have their 100 days. But before they even had their 100 days within that, they failed. So you now need a new board, a new structure that will plan for the next World Cup. That's how you do it. That they've had their time, they must go. Yes.
You said they must plan for the next World Cup. Are you going to, as part of your parallel structure, are you going to invest on the cricket festival, which happen every August? And are you going to invest on franchise cricket, considering that franchise cricket, at one point we had 5 teams, and at the other point we had 4 teams. What are you going to do when it comes to franchise cricket?
You see, I don't like the term apparel structure. People have a right to set an association. Okay, we just don't have a name, but we also are going to register with the SRC. So what is so parallel about that? We also have a right to even appoint a patron. We also have a right to get money from the ICC. So the ICC will also know about us, and the other cricket associations will know about us. So there is nothing parallel about this. What is there is that it now separates the cricket-loving people and the non-cricket-loving people. We must be very clear. For a long time, the cricket-loving people have been lenient at the expense of the game. They were deprived of the opportunity to play for their country because of this regime which is there. So it is in line with the constitution of the country that an association can be set up. It's not a power association. It's an association which will also have a constitution and will also enjoy the rights like anybody else. You cannot say that there is ZANU-PF as a ruling party, there is MDC, and you say these are parallel political parties. No, they are not. They have the right to be registered as parties according to the constitution of the country. Yes?
Maybe, probably one of the main reasons at this point is that is because the coaches have been fired. And in recent years, we've had so many coaches that have been fired. Dave Watmore, Mangongo, Wala. Why is it at that point there was no standing up for these guys?
But I think you must understand that everything has its time. Victor Hugo says there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. It's the same thing as you saying, but we had Mugabe for 37 years, mismanaging the economy. Why did he not go? When the time for him to go came, he went. Are you with me? So to me, you need to have evidence, and we've been building on the evidence of them firing coaches, but still not performing. And the issue is it the coaches, the players, or it's the ZCC board? And if you look at the composition of the ZCC board, nobody knows anything about cricket. So that's where the problem is. So we must be very clear that when people decide they don't want you, you must go. There's no point playing games. This is unless you've got certain interests which are beyond you just saving cricket. Cricket is a game for gentlemen, is it not? So be a gentleman and resign. When we, in our days, when we were confronting white people and we felt they were racist, you know, they would say, okay, you've called me racist, I'm going to resign. They were honorable enough to resign. They didn't have to fight. But cricket. That is the problem. Okay. And in teacher chokwadi. Wano banorara cricket ukavunza mkutlani kuti Maria no wana ne basa la no itaro pharmacist. Ukamuti kamuvunza kuti wana mari nkama hapana. But kufamba ma allowances and so forth. Saka kuti bvise munhu yeye zvinoti kasi kufamba achafamba hake. Tagara ne mutambo. You see, and wanda kuzotiza kuzoti aiwa politics MDC yapindira chi varungu ndeve MDC aiwa ko patakabvisa mugabe wani varungu vakawanda zvanga zvinei kuti they were Zimbabweans. So there's a time when a nation comes together. We must be very clear. So they must stop trying to say kuti there's politics chi aiwa isusu tima politicians acho. President towa supporter wani pakadzingwa ku ZANU-PF ndisi takazovasupporta tanga titori kunze nenyika yese ZANU-PF yange ripapi papo hazvina politics izvi. I'm just trying to preempt those who want to play politics. Hamuna politics, it's results. Takatamba mtambo pa tikajiwani Afghanistan. Boarding haiba. Chit. Yes.
I wanted to know about the board. Who put those guys into office? I understand these guys were elected into office. Isn't it the cricket people who voted for them?
No, it is a total manipulation of the whole system. It's a total manipulation of the whole system. It's like now when you're being told that the 2008 elections were rigged. Are you with me? I'm giving an example of a general election where everybody, even some people in ZANU-PF, are saying it was rigged. So to me, these are boards where they control people, they tell them what to do and so forth. They give the money at the time and so forth. So we don't take that to be a true reflection of the people's leadership. We must be very clear about that. And the people involved are hand-picked. There is manipulation. We must be very clear about that. It knows their sorrow to Zotambwa say. Is it my politician? But I won't get to a cricket, I'm still cricket pachigao. Wakamboesa ombona anu ZANU-PF achisa munhu MDC pachigao. Kana MDC achisa munhu ZANU-PF pachigao. Hazviite. Munofana kuziva kuti chii chaitika ipapo. So these are the games, shenanigans that they've been playing that we're all aware of. And we'll deal with them. That's why there is an issue for the constitution to be amended. So that it is a reflection of the needs of the people who play cricket. This was the fastest growing sport in the country. A sport that everybody loves. But look at where it is today. I had somebody's hand up. Yes.
My question is related to you, Mr. Zhou.
Yes.
Yes. As cricket people, if you put in place structures going forward, since you're saying that you're part of the push committee, we have come together as cricket people who want to take over cricket, and are you united in doing that? Because after all said and done, the game is supposed to be run by cricket people, not by politicians. Whilst they'll be able to leverage your voice to the SRC and the minister, but as cricket people, what have you done? Because you look also like what my colleague said earlier on, is that if you look at the constitution of Zimbabwe cricket, the reason why it's 10 provinces was trying to decentralize it. But not many cricket people were involved in the structures, which meant that non-cricket people ended up getting into the provincial boards and eventually to the Zimbabwe Cricket Board. So what have you done to try and rectify it going forward?
I think as for now, or the focus is actually to get rid of the present board, and only after that's when people can look at which candidates are suitable.
So why can't you also try to go the constitutional route where board members from the various provinces resign from the Zimbabwe Cricket Board and make it ungovernable, rather than just pushing them out? Because obviously it's going to be a long fight. If you try all the arsenal that are at your disposal to try and get rid of them, and also try and take over in a way that is probably constitutional or acceptable to the laws of the country.
All I can say, we have the faith. If you had the honourable MP, the way he's also tackling it, we also hope that we are not fighting a losing battle. Whatever means, that can, get these people, out of, the positions.
I think what you've got to understand, there's nothing unconstitutional about this. The Constitution is very clear about the people's right to protest and to demonstrate. We haven't even started demonstrating yet, which is our right from a constitutional point of view. Tinivane mvumo to demonstrate when the president on my placards, this board must go. I started to escape up to show you that we are engaging, and that's from a constitutional point of view. And what we're saying is that in sport or in office, when you fail, you must resign, do the honorable thing. So to me, the issue of us having people who don't want to resign, yet they failed, is where the problem is. That's the reason why you need to have a minister who looks at everything and says, okay, from an overview point of view, okay, where is the problem in cricket? And the problem in cricket is with the ZC board. Okay, can I have their CVs? He must ask for their CVs right now and look at them, okay, and say, okay, you are there, what are you doing? What is it that you're bringing to the table in terms of changing cricket and so forth? And if you look at the ZCC board, it's not qualified. The president himself, okay, the chairperson, is not a cricket person. He's a pharmacist, he's a medical person. And I know of pharmacists who used to think play cricket, who are there by new. I'm not saying doctors and pharmacists do not play cricket, but he never played cricket. We must understand this. This is cronyism at the end of the day, and we must accept where there's cronyism. Listen, if they're doing so well, okay, nobody then will ever point a finger. But when you then start performing badly, people then start to now scrutinize. But it's only proper from a gentleman's point of view to just step down. Because there is no way as an administration you can be in office, more join Afghanistan, more zinga my coach, my players are Moscow bada. My players will tell you we did not perform well because we're not paid well. In Mosayan, ukumet benkine mari, but nekuti met benkine shamari yako autore mari. Come on, we cannot have such syndicates which are open corruption happening. Moda tinyare totalanye ye constitution not ngawa sungu ufuti bari corruptika naika. We must be very clear. Abarungu bawai rana game ya ndiri kunyeba abaya internet na problems ekubawo. Panatima pa wakangopinda chetu wakayakusoba. Chet. Ende ndicho chokwa tinotala na chokwa dika. Wanatema wapinda wakuba kana mari amusina. Makende samari mabanks msina mari. Ngatala na chokwa dika tsabe para pachida kunyepera. Murungano pinda papa. Ndo saka unakuta azvina norungu wacho akadzoka. Tukanganisa nyika yedu nevanhu vedu. So I think we must be very clear that this whole process has been marred with corruption, cronyism, and people blatantly stealing and getting away with murder and paying the media, paying officials, paying this one. We are now alive to that. Yes.
Takamiswa basa 2014. Tamiswa basa tobva hanzi namkondiwa zvikanzi endai munomhangara kwamunoda, hatisi kukupai mari. Tikangobuda tikaenda kunomhangara, ikatongwa nyaya tikavaja. Vakanzi appeal court, tapinda futi muappeal court, vakataura akati nyaya mawini. Munhu anga achitariswa kuwana ma8000 nemasarari nemari dzake. Pane vamwe angati kuma15,000. Zvikanzi izvo appeal court futi. Taenda kunoita appeal court iwo vanokwanisa kuuya. Zvikanzi ayo chiendai munopiwa mari dzenyu. Taendesa matsamba. Vati takapiwa makoti. Takapira mapepa enyu. Taenda. Zvikanzi izvo munhu wacho haapo akabuda ari kuita kosi yake achazodzoka. Tadzokera kuZimbabwe cricket zvikanzi mbogara yapo. Tagara paseri paipai zvikanzi MD hamukwanisi kumuona. Mirai achauya maimanya. MD obva buda nekuseri nemotikari yake obva aenda. Hatina kukwanisa kumuona. Kusvikira nanhasi asati wana mari. Ndobva ndaenda ndikati one ndakakuvara ziso. Ndoda kuti ndonoitwa operation $300. Ndoda $300. Zvikanzi izvo takataura kuti ara kuti tiende munomhangara. Zimbabwe cricket ndiye maCEO. Hatisi kukwanisa kukupai mari dzenyu. Endei munomhangara kwamunoda. Nanhasi hatisati tapiwa mari dzenyu. Mapepa echo tinayo. Tiri kungoenda tichongodzorera. Tiri vanhu 14. Haisati yagadziriwa. zvanzi kuziva kuti waishanda kwaalex takatadzira kubhadhara $900 yeground tozokupa iwe $300 tinenge tauraya mhuri yese.
I think that really does close the whole session. That's how sad it's been. Where you have a groundsman who's entitled to his 80,000, you can see his eye, and they're not able to do that. And you're telling us we must have such people. And you know the problem that they all want to pretend to be aligned to ZANU-PF, never chef as ZANU-PF. You think of total president, picture na president and a vice president, a minister, power here, you know, they all want to hide behind that. Name connections, apana zvanotita and so forth. Iwo vakuru vacho futi vanobhenga kune zvimabhengi zvakafa futi izvozvo. Dei vakabvawo futi koko. Havanyari kuenda kunobhenga kuMedbank isina kana mari. Muchipiwa malonza asina basa. Malonza muri kupiwa ndeye vanhu vekwevinenge cricket. I want them to understand that as leaders. The money that you're getting from Medbank is money belonging kunge mdharawo. Haifana kugadzirisa ziso muri kupiwa loan. What is that? And you think we're in a country and we must keep quiet on such issues? We cannot. We shall represent the people. He deserves to be represented too. And that to me has touched me a lot. I'm really humbled and I'm really sad that he comes here, his eye has not been fixed. Just for $300, he's told that no, we cannot give you because it will destroy the whole cricket. You don't even worry about his life. Yet they have allowances which are more than that. That's callous and cruel, and we'll bring that to a stop. If there are no further questions, we'll stop the session here. Thank you. There are some